Some games not only mark an era, but become legendary, setting new standards and influencing generations of developers and players. These games don't have to be old to achieve such status. Even recent titles can have a lasting impact on the industry. With innovative mechanics, unforgettable stories, or immersive worlds, they leave a mark that endures over time. These are games that were not only popular, but defined new paths, creating trends that other games followed. Each of these titles brought something unique to the gaming scene. With engaging gameplay and captivating characters, they have become cultural landmarks. I'm Jax, and if you're new here, welcome to the Play Hunters channel, where I bring daily content so you don't miss any detail of the gaming universe. If you could subscribe to help me grow, I'd be very happy. From one gamer to another. Kicking off our list, we have The Witcher 3, one of the most immersive RPGs ever made, where you step into the role of a monster hunter in a medieval world full of magic and mysteries. The story follows Geralt's quest to find his adopted daughter, while facing supernatural enemies and getting involved in political intrigue. The narrative is deep and branching, with decisions that shape the future of the world. The rich mythology and complex characters make the plot even more engaging. The gameplay focuses on fluid combat and exploration, with a dynamic combat system that lets you use both magic and melee attacks. The open world of The Witcher is vast, filled with cities, forests, and mountains to explore, with countless quests and secrets waiting to be discovered. Each location has its own story, and as you progress, you unlock skills that make the protagonist even more powerful. The game also features an alchemy and crafting system where you can create potions and enhance your gear. The world design is stunning, with landscapes that range from peaceful fields to war-torn lands. Interaction with the environment and NPCs is detailed, allowing for complete immersion. The choices you make during the game directly impact the plot, creating different paths and endings. The Witcher 3 is a landmark in the gaming industry, offering one of the richest stories and most detailed worlds ever seen. The feeling of living in this universe is one of the game's greatest strengths. In second place, we have The Last of Us, a game that redefined the action-adventure genre with its emotional story and deep characters. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, the game follows Joel and Ellie on their journey through an America devastated by a fungal infection. The narrative is brutally honest, tackling themes of survival, love, and sacrifice, with moments of tension and emotion. Every choice made along the way impacts relationships and the unfolding of the story. The combat is intense and requires precision, blending stealth, gunfights, and hand-to-hand combat. The game offers limited resources, making you think strategically before acting, whether facing human enemies or infected ones. Exploration is key, with detailed environments full of secrets to uncover. The pace of the game is marked by action moments, but also by quieter, more introspective interactions between characters, deepening their emotional connection. The graphics are still impressive today, with a faithful recreation of a ruined world where nature has reclaimed its spaces. Interaction with the environment is rich, with each location offering different challenges and stories. Music and sound play a crucial role, amplifying the intensity of the scenes. Joel and Ellie's journey remains one of the most emotional and immersive, offering a story that stays in your memory long after it's over. In third place, we have Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that takes you to the end of the Wild West era, following the story of Arthur Morgan and the decay of his gang. The narrative is rich and deep, with memorable characters and moral dilemmas exploring themes of loyalty, redemption, and survival. The game puts you in an open world, filled with details where every decision carries weight, and the consequences of your actions can alter the course of the story. The gameplay is a mix of action, exploration, and interaction with the environment, where every element of the game, from hunting animals to interacting with NPCs, feels part of the larger world. Combat is fluid, with intense gunfights and stealth moments that demand precision and strategy. The honor system allows your choices to influence how you're perceived in the world, creating different relationships with factions and characters. The world design of Red Dead Redemption 2 is spectacular, with vast natural landscapes and vibrant towns that feel alive. The attention to detail is impressive, with day-night cycles, dynamic weather, and deep interactions with wildlife and flora. The immersion in the game is profound, with a sense of truly living in that era. Arthur's story and his quest for redemption emotionally engage you, keeping you reflective about your choices while exploring the Wild West. In fourth place, we have God of War, which revolutionized the franchise by completely changing its narrative and gameplay approach. The game abandoned the old formula of fast-paced combat and frenetic sequences to adopt a deeper, more intimate narrative, focusing on emotional development and the relationship between characters. The story becomes more personal, bringing a new tone to the game while exploring themes of fatherhood, redemption, and sacrifice. The gameplay was revamped with a new over-the-shoulder camera perspective, offering a more immersive and closer combat experience. The combat system, more tactical and skill-based, also brought a new dynamic, allowing the player to use new mechanics, like switching weapons and abilities, in a more fluid way. The game introduced an open world that encourages exploration, with side missions and secrets that expand the main story and gameplay options. The game's design was a major transformation for the series, with grand, detailed environments that immerse the player in the Norse legends in a fascinating way. The narrative structure was also rethought, with a slower pace and more focus on story development, which made God of War stand out from previous versions. The more mature and deep approach to the franchise was a success, permanently changing the path of the series. In fifth place, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a game that redefined the concept of open-world gameplay and brought a fresh perspective to the franchise. Instead of a linear world, the game offers a vast land to explore, with complete freedom for the player to choose their path. The story is subtle, allowing the player to uncover the plot through exploration, while the world around them is rich in detail and mysteries. The freedom to choose how to approach challenges is one of the game's main appeals. The gameplay perfectly adapts to this freedom, with fluid combat and exploration mechanics. The use of physics and interactivity with the environment allows the player to find creative solutions to the problems they encounter, whether in battles, puzzles, or survival. The character progression system is also flexible, with options for upgrading equipment and abilities along the way. Additionally, the game offers a great variety of side missions beyond the main story, allowing the player to engage with the world in a unique way. The world design is breathtaking, with expansive landscapes and a variety of biomes, from dense forests to frozen mountains. The atmosphere is rich, with day-night cycles that affect both exploration and combat. Interaction with the world is constant, whether gathering resources, solving puzzles, or facing creatures that inhabit the setting. Breath of the Wild not only rejuvenated the franchise, but also influenced the development of future open-world games, setting a new standard for exploration and immersion. In sixth place, we have Dark Souls, an RPG that redefined the concept of challenging games. The story is subtle and fragmented, leaving the player to explore and uncover the mysteries of the world on their own. The plot challenges you to piece together clues along your journey, creating a deep narrative that fully reveals itself only when you dedicate yourself to understanding its context. Each battle is relentless, with a constant sense of danger, and the reward of each victory feels immeasurable. The combat demands precision and patience, where every strike must be carefully calculated. Managing stamina and choosing the right moment to attack or defend are crucial for success. Character progression also allows you to decide how to develop your skills, adapting to the playstyle you prefer. The design of the battles is meticulous, forcing you to learn from your mistakes and constantly improve. The world is vast and interconnected, with a design that rewards exploration and offers secrets at every corner. The dark atmosphere and sense of isolation permeate the journey, while the environmental design reflects the tragic narrative and the struggle for survival. Each area presents new challenges and enemies, requiring you to think strategically with every move. The journey in Dark Souls is a testament to perseverance, where obstacles become part of your triumph. In seventh place, we have Elden Ring, an action RPG that takes the challenging and immersive formula of its predecessors to a whole new level. With a collaboration between the creator of Dark Souls and the author of Game of Thrones, the story blends elements of dark fantasy and epic mythology. The narrative is rich with mysteries, where the player finds themselves in a vast open world, with secrets and stories buried in every corner. The freedom to explore and various approaches to face enemies make the game dynamic and unique. The combat maintains the intensity characteristic of the series, with mechanics requiring a combination of agility and strategy. The combat system offers a variety of weapons and magic, allowing you to experiment with different fighting styles. Character progression is adaptable, offering freedom to build the protagonist as you wish. The difficulty, a hallmark of the franchise, is present, but the vastness of the world and the options for exploration make the game more accessible without losing its challenge. The world design is simply stunning, with expansive and varied environments ranging from dense forests to imposing castles. The art direction is captivating, with details that create a sense of vastness and mystery. The game allows for deep exploration, where each area offers something new, whether it's a new location to discover or a challenging enemy to face. The setting and the story blend perfectly to create a world that invites you to lose yourself in its legends and secrets. Elden Ring represents a major leap for open-world games, maintaining the challenging essence of the developer. In 8th place, we have Ghost of Tsushima, an action RPG that transports the player to feudal Japan, where honor, combat, and sacrifice are at the core of the narrative. The story follows a samurai fighting to protect his land during a Mongol invasion. The journey is deep, with moral dilemmas and choices that challenge the definition of honor and revenge. The game blends traditional samurai combat with the philosophy of adaptability, as the protagonist finds himself torn between the Bushido Code and the need for more stealthy strategies. The gameplay combines visceral, fluid combat with immersive exploration. The battles are dynamic with fast and precise attacks, as well as meticulous defense requiring time and skill. The game also incorporates stealth elements, allowing you to use nature and the environment to your advantage in certain situations. The progression system lets you customize skills, unlocking new techniques to enrich your combat style. Exploration is essential, with vast landscapes, villages, and temples to discover. The world design is impressive, with a faithful recreation of Japanese landscapes. The graphics are cinematic, with art direction that highlights the natural beauty of Tsushima Island. Interaction with the environment is constant, from climbing mountains to intense battles in open fields. The music and sound complement the atmosphere, while the story unfolds in an engaging way, keeping the player immersed in a journey of honor and sacrifice. Ghost of Tsushima is a true tribute to samurai culture and the art of creating immersive worlds. In 9th place, we have Horizon Zero Dawn, an action RPG that blends a futuristic world with wild nature and machines that dominate the landscape. The story follows a hunter on a quest for answers about humanity's past, while facing mechanical creatures and exploring a vast, mysterious world. The narrative combines exploration, action, and themes of survival, where lost knowledge and discoveries are essential to understanding the world around you. The game puts you on a journey that mixes elements of mystery and adventure. The gameplay focuses on strategic combat against various types of machines, with an adaptable attack and weapon system. The protagonist can use a bow and arrows, but also traps and weapons based on ancient technologies, creating dynamic and varied combat. The game also features a progression and skill system that lets you customize your combat style, along with an open world that offers rich exploration and plenty of secrets. The design of the environments is impressive, with varied settings, from lush forests to technological ruins. The world of Horizon Zero Dawn is one of its greatest strengths, with landscapes that blend wild nature and futuristic elements in a unique way. Interaction with the environment is fluid, whether collecting resources, facing machines, or solving puzzles. The story unfolds at a steady pace, with each main or side mission offering an opportunity to expand the narrative and learn more about the world's past. The experience is immersive, with a constant sense of discovery and evolution as you explore this post-apocalyptic world. In 10th place, we have Bloodborne, a dark action RPG that mixes fast-paced combat with a gothic and terrifying world. The game takes place in a cursed city, where the inhabitants have been corrupted by a plague that turns people into monsters. The story is told in a fragmented way, with the player uncovering more about the city and the horrors surrounding it as they progress. The game's atmosphere is full of mystery and tension, with a constant feeling that something terrible is about to happen. The combat is agile and aggressive, encouraging the player to attack quickly and not retreat, as in other games of the genre. The damage response mechanic, where you can heal quickly after attacking, rewards aggression and makes each battle intense. The progression system allows you to improve your skills and customize your character to adapt to your playstyle. The game also offers a wide variety of weapons and options, with different ways to face enemies. The world design is one of the game's biggest highlights, with a dense and oppressive environment that blends Victorian architecture with horrific creatures and dark landscapes. Interaction with the world is immersive, where every street and building seems to hold secrets and traps. The Gothic visual style is perfect for creating a sense of unease, and the music and sounds add an extra layer of tension. The journey in Bloodborne is challenging, full of twists and chilling moments, where fear and exploration become crucial parts of the experience. In 11th place, we have Baldur's Gate 3, an RPG that expands the rich tradition of Dungeons & Dragons games, offering a vast world full of meaningful choices. The story puts you in the role of a group of characters who must fight against evil forces threatening the world, while facing moral and personal dilemmas. The narrative is deep and flexible, with the player's actions directly influencing the course of events, creating a plot that adapts to your journey. The combat is tactical, turn-based, with a strong emphasis on positioning and strategic use of abilities. The combat system is faithful to the rules of Dungeons & Dragons, offering a variety of options and possibilities during confrontations. Interactions with characters are crucial, as decisions made during dialogues can change the course of the story and affect relationships with other characters. Character customization is also a strong point, with many options for classes, races, and skills. The world is expansive, with several areas rich in details and mysteries to uncover. The city of Baldur's Gate is just the beginning, with the game offering dungeons, ruins, and other locations that further expand story. Each area is designed to be explored, with hidden secrets and different ways to solve problems. The choices made throughout the journey generate different consequences, offering a unique level of immersion and an incentive to revisit the game with different approaches. In 12th place, we have Stranding, a game that blends action, exploration, and science fiction elements in a unique way. Set in a post-apocalyptic future, the game follows the journey of a messenger who must traverse a devastated world to reconnect people and restore society. The story is complex, with themes of loneliness, connection, and the impact of our actions on the world around us. Each mission in the game explores philosophical questions as you try to understand what happened to the world. The game stands out for its unique gameplay, focusing on delivering packages across vast landscapes. While combat is present, the primary focus is on navigation and transporting supplies efficiently. The walking mechanic, with the challenge of maintaining balance while carrying different loads, adds a layer of realism and difficulty to the process. Additionally, the game introduces an online connection system, where your actions can help other players in unexpected ways, creating a sense of community in the virtual world. The world design is vast and desolate, with environments ranging from snow-covered mountains to vast, devastated plains. The landscape feels immersive, while also full of beauty and desolation. Interaction with the environment is central, as every movement, from climbing mountains to crossing rivers, requires careful planning. The gameplay is paired with a deep narrative and captivating characters, offering an experience that, while slow and meticulous, is rewarding in its own pace. Stranding challenges the traditional definition of a game, offering a singular journey full of meaning. In 13th place, we have Resident Evil 2 Remake, a game that not only revitalized the classic, but also set a new standard for remakes in the industry. By reimagining one of the most iconic games of all time, the remake brought cutting-edge graphics, modernized gameplay mechanics, and an even more engaging narrative. The story, following two survivors trying to escape a city infested with zombies, remains full of tension and twists, but now with a much higher level of immersion, thanks to exceptional artistic direction and sound work. The combat was transformed, keeping the tense style of the original, but with modern controls and an even more pronounced sense of vulnerability. The scarcity of ammunition and the need to think strategically make each encounter a pure, tense experience. The exploration mechanics were also improved, with more challenging puzzles and a denser, more realistic world to explore, offering a new perspective on familiar environments. The environmental design, which balances nostalgia with innovation, increases the impact of the game, making it even more captivating. Every interaction in the game carries a sense of tension and purpose. Battles with enemies are intense and require precision, while moments of calm, like solving puzzles, provide a pause before the next scare. The variety of threats, including more complex enemies and terrifying bosses, elevates the challenge and keeps the player always alert. The narrative benefits from constant tension building, and every mission feels vital to the game's conclusion, maintaining the pace and tension throughout the journey. In 14th place, we have Sekiro, a game that introduced a new approach to the action genre by blending intense combat with immersive storytelling. Set in feudal Japan, the game follows a samurai on a quest for revenge, facing a series of deadly enemies and legendary masters. The story is simple but powerful, immersing the player in themes of loyalty, honor, and sacrifice. The pace of the game is relentless, with each defeat making you learn and grow stronger. The combat is brutally challenging, with a mechanic that prioritizes precision, timing, and patience. The fight against enemies requires mastery of skills, with a parry system and attacks that reward those who can read the opponent's movements. The game doesn't make it easy, and each boss fight brings a test of skill, where a single mistake could mean death. Additionally, the game introduces a progression mechanic that allows you to improve skills and unlock new techniques to use in battles. The design of Sekiro is impressive, with detailed environments that capture the essence of feudal Japan. The areas are dense and full of life, with an aesthetic that blends lush nature and ancient buildings. Interaction with the environment is essential, as exploration goes beyond combat and involves using the environment cleverly to overcome obstacles and enemies. The battles and world building are the game's major strengths, creating an experience that demands precision, skill, and patience at every challenge faced. In 15th place, we have Uncharted 4, a game that takes the franchise to new heights, with an engaging story and cinematic action moments. The plot follows the protagonist on his quest for a lost treasure, while dealing with his past and personal choices. The narrative is full of twists, with complex characters and emotional scenes that deepen the relationship between the main characters. The game blends action with introspective moments, creating a memorable journey full of emotion. The combat is fluid and thrilling, with a mix of shootouts, chases, and stealth moments. The use of a varied arsenal of weapons, as well as elements like ropes and climbing, brings a sense of immersion, while the surrounding environment is intelligently utilized in battles. The pace of the game is fast, with action-packed moments followed by calm exploration of the environments, providing an interesting alternation between tension and discovery. The progression mechanics and how the character evolves are well integrated into the story. The environments are detailed and visually impressive, with landscapes ranging from lush jungles to ancient ruins and snow-covered mountains. Each location is meticulously designed, with constant interaction between the player and the environment, whether climbing walls or solving environmental puzzles. The narrative unfolds naturally as you explore, and each new area brings a sense of discovery and mystery. The game is a prime example of how action, exploration, and story can seamlessly intertwine to create a rich and emotional experience. In 16th place, we have Metro Exodus, a game that takes you through the vast and devastated landscapes of post-apocalyptic Russia. The story follows a group of survivors as they search for a better future, far from the radiation and horrors that dominate the Moscow metro. The narrative is engaging and dark, with complex characters and existential dilemmas, exploring the sacrifices necessary to keep hope alive in a lawless world. Every choice the player makes affects the course of the story, with consequences that make each step more significant. The gameplay combines survival elements with tactical combat, where resource management is crucial for surviving the dangers of the environment. The battles are intense, requiring stealth and smart use of the environment, whether in gunfights or facing mutant creatures. The open world of the game offers greater freedom of exploration, with various side missions and locations to discover, as well as a day-night cycle that directly impacts enemy behavior and player strategy. The game's design is stunning, with environments ranging from icy forests to desolate cities and abandoned undergrounds. Interaction with the environment is essential for overcoming challenges, whether by collecting resources, facing new types of enemies, or solving puzzles. The atmosphere is rich, with a dark tone reflecting the tensions and despair of the devastated world. Metro Exodus offers a fascinating glimpse into a post-apocalyptic future, where survival is not just a physical struggle. It's also about preserving humanity amidst the chaos. In 17th place, we have Days Gone, an action and survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world dominated by wild creatures and a collapsing society. The story follows a biker on his journey to find his wife while facing hordes of mutant creatures and other survivors. The narrative blends action moments with deep reflections on loss and survival as you navigate through a world devastated by a plague. The gameplay is marked by tactical combat and the use of the environment to face enemies. The battles against the hordes require a strategic approach, where weapon choice and vehicle use make each combat unique. The exploration mechanic is vast, with a large area to cover, filled with side missions and locations to discover. The need to manage resources, fuel, and motorcycle health adds an extra layer of challenge. The world design is vast and dynamic, with environments ranging from dense forests to destroyed camps and ruined cities. Interaction with the landscape is constant, as terrain affects mobility and strategy during confrontations. Weather and the day-night cycle also play an important role, impacting enemy behavior. Days Gone is a game that combines intense action with moments of reflection, creating a difficult yet rewarding journey. In 18th place, we have Assassin's Creed Black Flag, considered by many as the best pirate game of all time. The game takes you to the heart of the golden age of pirates, mixing intense action with a rich story of treasure hunting and epic naval battles. The plot follows a pirate who becomes involved with the Assassin's Order, while navigating the Caribbean waters and facing relentless enemies. With an engaging narrative full of betrayals and high-seas adventures, the game captures the essence of pirate life while keeping the classic elements of the franchise. The gameplay shines with its combination of naval combat and land exploration, offering the freedom to captain a ship and engage in battles at sea. The battles are dynamic, and you can upgrade your ship as well as customize the protagonist's skills to adapt to your preferred combat style. The parkour and stealth system, a staple of the series, has been enhanced to include new moves and more options for hand-to-hand combat. Along with hunting and collection missions, the game stays interesting and challenging. The world design is grand, with vast oceans, tropical islands, and port cities, all rich in detail. Exploration is one of the game's biggest attractions, with side missions, hidden secrets, and a sense of freedom in every corner of the map. Each area is unique and full of life, from calm seas to intense storms. Black Flag is not just a game about pirates. It's a celebration of the maritime adventure era, where immersion and action blend perfectly. In 19th place, we have Dying Light, an action and survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world full of zombies and mutant creatures. The story follows an undercover agent in a devastated city, where the fight for survival is at the forefront. The narrative blends action moments with moral dilemmas, keeping the player immersed in an atmosphere of constant tension. Each mission offers choices that test the limits between duty and humanity. The gameplay centers on parkour, allowing the player to explore the world with freedom, scaling buildings, and escaping enemies. The combat is tactical and direct, but the ability to move quickly and use the environment to your advantage is the main differentiator. During the day, you can explore, collect resources, and face zombies, while at night, enemies become even more ferocious, creating a constant risk. The progression system lets you customize skills and weapons to adapt to your playstyle. Dying Light had a significant impact on the industry by integrating parkour and exploration into a survival setting in a dynamic way. Interaction with the world and the day-night cycle innovated how open-world games could create tension and varied strategies. The game's success opened the door for other titles to adopt mobility and environmental adaptation as central pillars of their mechanics. It's an example of how survival can be reinvented in the context of action and adventure, creating something unique within the genre. Let me know what you think of the list. Would you add or remove any games? If you can, subscribe to the channel to help me grow and never be uncertain about what to play again. I've left a video for my new channel in the card, focused on immersive gameplay. In this video, I'm playing a new game set in a post-apocalyptic world, which has a stalker vibe with a Fallout twist. Check it out. Big hug, happy gaming, and see you tomorrow.